In this video, we're going to take a look at this very inexpensive dash cam in a rainy day in Philadelphia. Let's get into it. How's it going? My name is Patrick. This is Everyday Tech. Everyday Tech for everyday people, and I'm on the road. I'm recording the audio mainly on the audio on my iPhone 12 here. Switching back and forth between this dash cam and my video here, but coming back from an errand I was running, and so I thought this might be the best time to kind of review this dash cam. Of course, I can't give you my honest opinion on it until I bring it back to the computer and look at the footage itself. So let's talk about why you need a dash cam. Well, one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube are these kind of ridiculous insurance scams, especially in Asian countries, of course, and how people just want to just kind of scam you, saying that they hit you or you hit them, I mean. Well, having a dash cam can really save you. And it can really save you in actually different things like fender benders and different things. So I've had one in my other car for a while. It's also a very cheap one. But I saw this one on sale, and this one actually has two cameras on it. One that's facing me and one that's facing the road. And both are important. And so I just wanted to see how this would work out. But this can really save you from scams out there, and it's really to see what happens if you're involved in a non-scam, you know, like it's just a dispute over what really happened. That doesn't have to be a scam, and sometimes people just don't realize whose fault it is, and this is great for the insurance companies too. So yeah, this is a window mounted type of deal, and they do give you this long USB-C cable. I haven't routed it yet around my car here to make it a lot neater as far as the cable management is concerned, but I just really wanted to try it out. And so we'll see what the quality is. Now I'm going to just keep talking here. Right now you're listening to the audio on my iPhone 12, but we're going to switch over to the audio on the dash cam, which is not going to be probably very good either. So let's see. This is the audio from my iPhone 12, and this is the audio from the dash cam. Let's see how this sounds. I hope you can hear me. It might be muffled. The microphones don't look that big, but yeah. So we're back to my iPhone 12 now. The one thing about these dash cams, and pretty much all dash cams, is that the screen usually turns off, because you really don't need to see the screen while you're driving. You need to pay attention to the road in front of you, which is more clear than the screen. Now the screen is really mainly to compose your shot, make sure you're in frame, all that kind of good stuff. So it's a decent screen. It's very washed out. I can turn it on as when I turn it on, but it's very blue. I'm wondering if it's blue because of the daylight, if that's how it's really going to look as well on the camera or in real life. So when I bring it back into the picture. Now the other thing I'll say is there is a picture-in-picture mode, and you can change that mode to have it only shoot the front. I think it's shooting all the time, but really show in front. So it's superimposing my shot in the upper right corner, but it's kind of squeezed in there. So I'm wondering how this is going to look on the computer itself. But yeah, so this is kind of like a real kind of world experience using the camera. One thing that I'll note is when you turn on the camera, or when you turn on your engine, because this is connected to the DC adapter, which is also known as the cigarette lighter adapter, it does make this loud noise when you turn it on, and I haven't found a way to turn that off in the settings here, but that's one minor annoyance. And then it shuts off. It makes a loud noise when you do shut it off. Now there is I think a slight built-in battery, small battery in there. There are different modes you can put it in and connect it to your mechanism in your car itself. I wish it would record as much as there's battery. That would be a cool feature to kind of have this kind of security feature, but it is a small battery, so it might not be that useful anyway. So I'm just going to be quiet now. We're going to just see the rest of this footage as far as how it looks, and I'm going to bring it into the computer and we'll see how this looks. So we're back here in my home office, and I wanted to give you my final thoughts on this dash cam. Now, when I shot the footage in my car, I forgot the name of the company, but this is a dash cam by a company named Abask. Now, Abask is one of the many Chinese companies that sell on Amazon. They happen to concentrate on dash cams. This is the Full HD 1080p dual camera version. They do make a 4K version of this, and they do make a single camera version of their dash cams as well. I would say when looking at the footage on my computer, I was pleasantly surprised with the footage that I got from the front camera. I thought it wasn't going to look that great by looking at the screen, but the screen, of course, was very blue. The colors were very washed out. But the camera here is really just to change the settings and to kind of frame your shot as well. I would say it did struggle a little bit going in and out of different scenes when I went under a bridge, kind of going from shadow to very bright light. So it did struggle with the white balance there, but overall it did very well. Now, of course, the outstanding feature of this dash cam, as opposed to an ordinary dash cam, is that this is a dual screen dash cam. Now, as far as the reason why you would get a dual screen dash cam is not just to kind of record everyone inside, but to record what's going on behind you. And if you look at the footage itself, you can tell that you can't see anything, right? Which means that the dynamic range on these video cameras or these dash cams isn't that great, which is not surprising for the price I got this for. If you really want to see what's going on behind you, you're really going to need to get a very expensive dash cam, or you're going to need to get a separate dash cam just for the rear. And something like my SUV does have like a cigarette adapter, the DC adapter, I think specifically for having mounting an additional camera back there. Now, it does record a little bit of what's going on, like let's say behind you to the side. Let's say you get sideswiped. But even then, the quality is not that great. So I would really stick to kind of a single lens dash cam and save a little bit of money there. As far as how videos are recorded onto this dash cam, they're recorded into two separate folders, one for the front facing camera and one for the rear facing camera. Now, files are separated into 1-minute chunks, and I tried to stitch them together in Final Cut Pro, and most of the time it was a seamless transition, but occasionally you'll get this kind of half-second skip there. So if you're using this for any kind of production, such as this dash cam review here, you might run into some issues there. Now, would I recommend this dash cam or similar dash cams to it? I would say yes, but depending on the price. There's so many listings on Amazon, so you definitely have to look at the reviews, but shop for a single camera dash cam. These dual camera dash cams, especially at this price point, don't really add that much value to the overall package, and you can save more money just getting a single camera dash cam. Now, as of this recording, this retails for about $55 on Amazon. I got it for about $35 with a Vipon coupon. If you haven't seen my video on Vipon, check out the description below or the card up here. But in other words, there are deals to be found. I wouldn't spend any. I would spend around $30 to $40 on a dash cam like this, but you can get a pretty good quality dash cam at that price. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and consider subscribing. Until the next one, see ya.